Hey everyone, it's Prodigy Games here, Prodigy Rem on Xbox NA. And before I get started on this tier list, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone for all the support. It's unreal actually at this point, I mean, this is my dream and you guys are helping me make it come true. And I'm just so beyond grateful for all you guys. All right. Now, today I have a tier list for you guys. Not just any tier list. This is a 1vx tier list, an outnumbered tier list. Basically, what that means is what classes are the best in outnumbered situations in open world. All right. Sorry if I make anyone mad with my choices, but let's all remember that these are my choices. They aren't set in stone, okay? This is my opinion on what these classes can do outnumbered. All right? All right, so let's get started on these. First one, Stamplar. And sorry, one more thing. I am doing all these videos entirely from my cell phone because I do not have access to a computer. I know, poor is poor. So please don't kill me over the quality. All right. Now, Stamplar. I think it deserves to go in the B slot. Here's why. Yes, and let me preface by saying any player can make any class X or be good in outnumbered situations, all right? This is just my opinion on the classes straight up. Now, the reason why I put it in the B is because it has mostly everything the Magicka version does, although the healing and defense is not as good on a Stamplar, okay? It's just, and that's what puts it in the B range, okay? It's just, in my opinion, inferior to the Magplar. Although it can dish out more damage, the healing on it is just not as good, okay? Simply subpar, alright? Next is the Stamblade, which I put in the B tier also. The Stamblade has good burst, although it is very single target, right? It doesn't do good against multiple people. It can just burst someone down really quick, but against multiple people, it gets bogged down. Like, if you get stunned, you're most likely gonna die, alright? And it doesn't have, like, a really good burst heal. It's not too tanky, but it does have great movement, alright? Stamblade, B. Okay, next we have the Stamcrow, which I also put in the B slot. Please don't rip my head off, all you Stamcrow fans. I used to be a Stamcrow. Stamcrow is really good. You know, they're really tanky. They got great heals, great sustain. But even though people say Blast Bones is a good burst with your ultimate, I just don't think it is. Blast Bones is very good, but it's just so predictable. You can see it coming, you can block it, and then boom, there goes the Necros burst. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like they're not as good as people make them out to be, especially in outnumbered situations. I mean, the Colossus is very good with spin to win, but I just, in my opinion, they're not the best Xer. All right, I just don't believe so. You can catch people with your Colossus. I just don't think they have the necessary toolkits that people in or the classes in the A slot do. All right, but believe me, you can survive multiple people. But are you going to kill one of them? You know what I mean? You can run around and heal, but are you going to be able to burst one of them down before the others kill you? I just don't know. You know, that's why I put it in the B. Alright, next we have the Stam DK, which again goes in the B slot. Now, they have great heals, good sustain with their passives. Plague Break with your dots this patch is just really good. Good burst with the leap and everything else. Good defense. Although, they have some problems. They're slow, and their dots can be cleansed, alright? The fact that DKs rely so much on dots is just not good for Xing. It is, but it isn't at the same time. You know, if there's a Templar in the group, boom, there goes everyone's dots, and then you have to reapply them again to another person, alright? I just think in outnumbered situations, a Stam DK is not in the A tier, alright? Let's move on. Wait, real quick on the Stam DK. Yes, you can AoE breath people and then catch them with your leap, alright? That is probably the one thing I will say about Stam DK. Alright. Okay, next is the Mag Blade. Now, we're not talking about bombing because it would definitely go in the A if it was bombing situation. We're talking about a normal 1vx situation, okay? And for that, I put Mag Blade in the C. All right. It's very single target. Yes, they have good damage, just like the stand blade, but Xing, it's just not. It's I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard to play. You can get really good at it, but it's very hard to play. It's very hard to learn, and there's not too many heals on it. All right. I just don't believe it's the best Xer, in my opinion. All right. That's why it goes in the C. All right. Next is the Mag DK, which I put in the C group also. Now, Mag DKs, they are good. They are strong. They're very good at 1v1s. They have a great CC. But in outnumbered situations, they don't excel. They're very slow, and their skills are very expensive. And like I said, they're mostly single target. All right? That's what puts them in the C group for me. All right, next we have the Magdin, which I put in the C category. Now, the reason why is in outnumbered situations, yeah, they're decent, but they have a confusing toolkit. All right, you almost don't know what attacks to use, what attacks to be best. All right, it's a very niche build. It's mainly ice is where it excels, and you don't have to go that way, but the passes make you want to go that way. So, multiple damage types. It's hard to spec into one thing. It doesn't have a good CC, although you can wear Dark Convergence, and just please don't do that. Just please. But that is why I put them in the C category, all right? In outnumbered situations, I just don't think so. In outnumbered situations, they'll probably be able to survive really good, just like a stand-in, but they're not going to be able to burst a person down or multiple people down, all right? Just the class itself with no proc sets. And like I said, that's why I put it in the C. All right, so next we have the Stamina Warden, which I put in the A tier. I wonder why, right? Stamina Wardens are very overpowered. They have great healing, great movement, great burst. I mean, their spammable is an AoE spammable that can hit multiple people, and it hits twice. I hate fighting Stamina Wardens, all right? They're very good at Xing, though. They're just annoying to fight, and they have a shield that either has ult regen or reflects projectiles back at you. And then they just have like I said, so many healing skills, so many good passives. The reason why it's so much better than the Mag Warden is because of the good burst of the Stam Warden and the movement. They both have good movement, but having more stamina allows you to move more, and stamina is just overall better some in scaling. But that's why Stam Warden goes in the A. Next is the Magplar, the Magical Templar, which I put in the A slot. Now, the reason why this is better than the Stamplar is because it has everything the Stamplar does, but more passive healing, better healing. Yes, it's slow, but you can put race against time. You can build good defense on it with still having good damage and good sustain. They have a gap close. Their jabs are annoying because they heal them. Their execute is the strongest execute in the game currently. They can run Dawnbreaker now. I mean, choose which thing. You know what I mean? They're just so good. And in outnumbered situations, they can just run around, heal, topple in on one target, and bam, nuke them down, and then boom, roll away, heal away. Very good in outnumbered situations, which is why it is in the A tier. All right, next is the Magsork, which I put in the A tier. Now, I wonder why, right? These guys are another beast class. In outnumbered situations, they definitely excel. They can burst someone down in single target, but outnumbered situations, these guys are fast. They have crazy bursts that's sometimes unpredictable. You get a hit with Haunting Curse out of nowhere, Crystal Frag, and then all of a sudden they execute you and you're dead because you're not paying attention to your health bar. They can streak away, reset in the fight. They have Overload, which can desync people. You can run common if you want it, but geez. And the fact that they can just spec into one thing, magic, and have everything like defense, offense is crazy. You could just wear max Magicka sets and have good damage shields for defense, good healing, and good damage. Like, what else? What more can you ask for in a class? So next we have Magcrow, which goes in the B slot. The reason why I did not put in the A slot is for one reason. It doesn't have a good CC or stun. You can run Bone Totem, but I don't know. It's an AoE. You can run it. It can be effective, I just don't believe it's as good as the other classes in the A tier. But it's probably it could be an A minus because but I don't have an A minus on this chart, but it could be because they're very tanky. They have good burst. What separates them from the stamina one is they have graveyard to pair with their blast bones and whatever else they want to run, Ellie weapon, what have you. And these guys have crazy healing. They got the best burst heal in the game, Resistant Flesh, because it gives you armor. Yeah, it gives you Major Defile, but you have a passive in Necro that negates that. It's, and then they got all the other healing benefits that the Stamcrow does. But the reason why this and the Stamcrow are in this B is because one, the Magcrow doesn't have a good stun, which separates it from the classes in the A tier. All right, it very much well could be in the A tier, but I chose B for my own reasons. All right, like it. You better like it. All right, and last but not least is the Stamsork, which goes in the A tier for outnumbered situations. All right, Stamsork is very versatile. You could do dual wield, 2H, bow. The fact Crystal Weapon hits so hard, you mostly only have to heavy attack people, then execute them to freaking kill the people. You know what I mean? It's so strong. It has great speed. Like I just said, high damage. You have Dark Deal for sustain, so you almost never run out of stamina. If you're a crit build, you have crazy healing. And then Streak, just like the Magsork. You could just reset any fight. You know what I mean? The only thing is that they might not be too tanky, but they have speed and a burst heal that makes up for it. All right, these guys are nuts at outnumbered fights. Okay. All right, so there you have it, folks. My tier list for outnumbered PvP in open world. Now, say it again. This is my opinion based on my experiences. This ain't set in stone. This ain't what it is officially. This is just my opinion, all right, from the time I've played. Now, I want to thank you all again for tuning in and watching. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already. I love you guys. Please continue to support me. I will have more content to come almost every day I'm uploading, okay? So I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much. Peace out, guys.